welcome to PromoSlam 2023. This is your captain speaking. He is El Jefe Moses Marquez.
I am now sitting here with Moses, an opportunity of a lifetime.
You know you don't have to do this, right?
He's already proven twice that he can't be trusted.
You're still MDO.
Oh, I ain't forgot, baby. You didn't just stab me in the back at TakeOver. You woke me up.
Ain't nobody know what I've been through. Ain't nobody know what I can do. I'm ready to go.
Now, you better go beat Mascaras, because I want to see you at Promo Series.
Congratulations to Daniel Crimmins, still your Max Wrestling Knowledge Champion.
I'm the greatest thing Max Wrestling has seen, and because of it, I'm the reason why it's getting bigger. I'm the reason why it's branching out to American fans.
It has come down to the captain versus El Jefe.
And maybe, just maybe, you're willing to let that television title slip out of your hands just as easily as you let the world title slip out of your hands.
And I am damn proud to be sharing the spotlight with you, my brother.
And your champion came in 6 minutes 36. So still your TV champion.
It is high time that the man that ignited that spark got his rematch. Daniel Crimmins at All For One. We'll see you there.
You see, Moses, the Walker is connected to all of your shortcomings, including this one. The infection that has torn the MDO apart. Wait, how did you get here? Can't you see I'm doing this for you?
It was you. It was fucking you. The whole goddamn time.
You've been watching...
It is us, one only, Demoness. You are missing one of your own, and you don't know where he is. You call him the Phoenix. Shape, you betrayed us. I betrayed you, and as punishment for you, I took your human form. I took your family. Phoenix is now mine.
Captain, what happened last week with the Demoness? Does she really have the Phoenix trapped? What are you going to do about it?
Look, I know as much as you do. I don't know where Phoenix is. I don't know what's going on with the Demoness. But I do have a friend I can call.
It's Thursday, you know what that means. Welcome to the 440th episode of Max Wrestling. This is your captain speaking. He is El Jefe Moses Marquez. And after a solid promo slam and a roller coaster SummerSlam, we're all on the road to Wembley.
Questions for you to ponder over the next 90 minutes. Has the Bloodline story jumped the shark? Is the AEW women's locker room toxic? And is Cody Rhodes the next world champion? Probably.
But before we do a damn thing, make sure you guys mash that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us on SoundCloud and Spotify. Wherever you get your podcasts, you can find Max Wrestling. And for all your Max Wrestling needs, head to maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com.
And let's not hold nothing back. Let's get ready to talk with the smack. It's time for the Cap in the Friday Night Three-Way.
Once again, it's a two-way this week because we're going to skip SmackDown because SummerSlam came after it. We're going to recap SummerSlam a little bit later on with Raw. But on Impact last week, Trinity opened the show but was soon interrupted by Deonna Purrazzo as they fire shots ahead of their rematch at Emergence before the Coven appeared and some Nickelodeon level jabs from Kylan King. As a brawl breaks out, Santino sets up a tag match, which is shockingly won by Kylan and Taylor Wilde. I love Santino as the Director of Authority.
Fuck yes, dude. Fuck yes.
Backstage, Scott D'Amore, who is still also an authority figure, he's back in his seat as the president of Impact. He fined and threatened to suspend the Rascals if they interfere in any tag team tournament matches. Heath then defeated Alan Angels. Jake something, I forgot who he defeated. My bad, but he won a match.
Good job, Jake.
Yeah, that's a great job of keeping notes. Leo Rush again tried to walk away from Bully Clubs. I don't know if that's their official name, but it fucking should be. Recruitment. And Kenny King retained the digital media title against Joe Hendry and Yuya Uemura. That is a tongue twister right there.
Yeah, Yuya is good. That sucks. I wish Joe Hendry would have won it back, but whatever. They're running all full steam ahead with Kenny King. Kenny King. Scott, I don't know what it is. Scott D'Amore has gotten all the respect for me. Maybe all of a sudden, just once you hit the ring and you showed off your chops, I was like, you know what? I don't hate this guy as much anymore.
That guy can wrestle.
He can wrestle, and he's a good authority figure. I like him.
Yeah. Do you know what it was? I think I just stopped taking notes because I got so engrossed in the show I forgot to write everything down.
Why do you think retros would take weeks on end? I'm like, you just get so into actually watching the show, you don't want to have to stop.
Yeah.
The whole typity type. Oh, okay, here we go, and it's like,
So after Kenny King got the win, we saw the first of the tag team tournament matches where the Rascals took on Mike Bailey and Jonathan Gresham. Very sorry, Jonathan Gresham, but you had to put somebody else over.
Mm-hmm.
The Rascals got the win. Of course, they move on, and that was your main event. They also confirmed for Impact 1000th episode of Impact. We're getting an appearance from Awesome Kong and the Beautiful People. Got to be honest, more excited about seeing Velvet Sky than Angelina, but at least they're both coming.
How you doing?
The originals.
Oh, geez. I'm actually excited to see Awesome Kong. I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah. What the hell happened with AEW?
they got sports entertaining.
It didn't help attaching her with Brandy.
Look, I don't know. There's no way you can spin that in positive light. I don't know. Then also, wasn't she also battling injuries like a motherfucker too, though?
Yeah.
And then she was, honestly, I think she was trying to stay in the acting realm as well, because what was that? That show Glow was kicking off great, and then it just got fucking canceled.
Yeah.
Because goddamn writers suck.
All right, so on to Rampage, because we're skipping SmackDown.
That's right.
So on Rampage, we kicked it off with Keith Lee and the Hardys defeating Kip Sabian as Jeff dropped a swanton on Kip Sabian. After the match, they bump into the Young Bucks backstage and accept a match for Dynamite. Anna Jay choked out Sky Blue. The push was nice while it lasted.
Yeah,
Sky, yeah. But it's also nice to see Sky, Anna Jay improving constantly.
Yeah.
Her mic work was better this week. We'll get into Dynamite a little bit later on.
Oh, yeah.
Then we had a match with some locals. AR Fox and Swerve Strickland defeated Logan Cruz and Tyson Perez.
All right.
Yeah. Locals, it happens. You know the deal with locals matches.
Mm-hmm.
The Blackpool Combat Club defeated Best Friends in the parking lot brawl to end the show, which had nice surprises, a few twists and turns, and Sue, of course, riding in with Orange Cassidy on the roof.
Greatest. Sue is the fucking greatest. If your mom's not like Sue, I don't want to hang out with your mom.
Yeah, I'm very surprised they just let Sue go though, the Combat Club, when they forced her out of the car. She was just like, no, doing her best Brie Bella impression.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't lay a finger on her, so good for them.
Good lads. Good lads.
But everybody else just got bloodied up.
Everybody. Jesus. Talk about first off, I didn't know Claudio liked to bleed, but hey. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take Claudio.
And I think it was Chucky's back that just got shredded up.
Oh.
Or it was, it was Trent.
Yeah, Trent's back that got shredded. It was Chucky that was just pouring down his face. Jesus. These guys
I think Mox actually bled the least.
You know what? I think you're right. It's like that we have to like really sit here and think about it. Was he? Well, we already knew he was bleeding. We just didn't realize that he was bleeding the least.
Yeah, or maybe it's just we're so used to Mox bleeding. So Mox is bleeding, but holy shit, somebody else is bleeding.
That's probably what it was. Like, oh, there goes Mox bleeding again.
So with that covered, AEW moves like a freight train because they got 3 fucking shows. Okay. Saturday night's all right for fighting. Let's take a look at Collision.
Collision starts off with FTR holding on to their tag team titles against Big Bill and Brian Cage. I shockingly really like this team. I don't know why. Before challenging the Young Bucks in a rubber match at Wembley. I'm going to try to say it like that all the time now. Chris Statlander retained the TBS title against the randomly appearing Mercedes Martinez with a Rocky Bridge pin, which prompted Mercedes to attack Chris Statlander right after the match. And Diamante showed up, but she also attacked Chris Statlander, well, because, you know, she is the champ. Before Willow Nightingale comes out and makes the save because everybody loves Willow.
She is the savior.
Yes, she is. Backstage with Skiavo and Tony Storm is freaked out over losing her title on Dynamite last week, but it doesn't really matter because she immediately got slid into the freaking 4-way, which I'm going to talk all kinds of weird shit about later on. Samoa Joe beats the living crap out of Serpentico in whopping 12 seconds. You might as well just call him fucking Sweet Tooth at this fucking point because I cannot see him any other way. Cohina Clutch choked him out, calls out CM Punk to face him at All In.
Hell yeah.
In a sit-down interview with Skiavone, the Acclaim discussed Daddy Ass's apparent retirement. And I'm still very confused. So either I wasn't paying attention or I don't fucking know what I probably wasn't paying all that well attention. Anyway, so with a chosen speculation that Julia Hart will be banned from ringside and Julia will telling Lee Johnson that she isn't getting out of the way or isn't getting out of the way. The House of the Black defend the trios titles against Johnson, Action Andrade, and Darius Martin. After the match, it was announced that CMFTR would challenge House of Black next week. And I'm actually looking forward to it. However, I'm really afraid this is finally the time they lose, and please God, don't hear those prayers. Backstage, QT offered Hobbs some kind of easy win at All Out. Hobbs obviously rejected that offer, says he doesn't want that, nor does he need your help. Please get the fuck away from QT Marshall as fast as you can, Hobbs. In another interview with Skiavone, Christian Cage had his own daughter thrown out of the building when she asked to hold the title, and that right there should give Christian Cage Father of the Year. I loved that segment. I'm not even gonna lie. I was just like, yep, I'm the same way. Get out of here right now. Who said you can touch these? I bought you dinner. You little shit. Anyway. With the Gun Club on commentary, Jay White defeated Metalik, which I'm not all that happy about. Stop beating the shit out of Metalik, please. That's just me. And then in the main event, Ricky Steamboat prevents Ricky Starks from cheating a few times as CM Punk gets the win. As Punk is leaving the ring, Starks attacks Steamboat and viciously beats him with the belt before Punk finally is able to make the save after getting knocked off the apron. Punk chases Stark away with a chair and helps Steamboat out of the ring, and that is how we end the show.
Steamboat took a whipping.
Is he okay? He's an old. Why are we beating the crap out of an old man? Like,
what is he, 76?
I was just gonna say, do we have any idea how old fucking Ricky Steamboat is?
He's in his 70s. I'm sure they said 76.
I think so. I was like, I know it was in the 70s. I'm like, and we're out here beating on him. What the fuck are we doing? Oh my god. But hey,
props to him for taking it. He is 70 actually. He was born in 76.
Okay, I was
53.
I was gonna say, I was like, regardless, he took a beating for 70. I don't know another 7-year-old's gonna take a beating like that. Maybe Ric Flair. I don't even think he's 70 yet.
That's where I got confused. He debuted in 1976.
I got you.
This man, and he took a beating.
Jesus, stop beating old men.
a great way to gain some more, I guess, babyface. What's the opposite of heat? Chill.
Sympathy?
For Punk.
There you go. Chill. I liked. God, I don't know if you can chill Punk at this point, but you know what? That was definitely a good start. That was definitely a good start.
Yeah. And
all right.
Fucking, I'm just counting now. 3 times Schiavone popped up on this show interviewing somebody.
Schiavone's just fucking working his ass off. If it's not Renee on Dynamite, it's Schiavone on Collision.
Tony Schiavone is a Collision guy.
That he is. All right, let's get ready for the cap to go in Raw because it must be Monday.
Point out I've only seen like half the show, but I do have all the notes this time. But before we get into Raw, SummerSlam was also this past Saturday night, and it was good. I think the main event has had some mixed reactions, and like we asked at the start of the show, has the Bloodline storyline jumped the shark?
There are so many people. Well, okay. Because you already know me, I'm so not invested in any of this crap. I watched the majority of SummerSlam. I was bored. I had nothing better to do. When there's no college work to be done, I'm just like, I'll play FIFA a lot. But I was like, all right, I'll watch SummerSlam. But there's a narrative going around right now on the internet that it makes me think that that's probably it's why would Jay turn? The enemy,
right, exactly.
It keeps going back to why would he turn? Look at everything that they went through and this and that. Why all of us he's backtracking. He's literally like it's a hypocrite move, and so it's like what the fuck? Yeah. And then even I saw that, and I'm barely paying attention to this whole storyline. But the people that are so invested, the majority of them are pissed. I have never seen somebody turn on a story that WWE has made people like so goddamn fast. Everybody's hating on.
Man, they're dragging it out now. They've had 3 perfect opportunities to close this story and take the title off Roman, but they ain't going to do it till Mania.
Nope.
But Roman could have beat him clean. There was no reason for another swerve in this ongoing drama.
You're 1,000 exactly. You're 1,000. That could have made everything that much more simplified. Just have Roman win, and guess what? We wouldn't have bitched.
No, I think less people would have been pissed if Roman had won clean.
It would have made more sense. It would have kept with the story, the narrative, if you will. That's the word I keep being corrected. It's the narrative, bro. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Because it doesn't even make sense that Roman must have got in Jimmy's ear or something, because even Roman had a confused look on his face.
Mm-hmm.
So this was like a personal thing between Jimmy and Jay, and nobody can make any sense of it.
It's like if you guys want brothers to go against each other, then have them like. There's a million other ways to have brothers implode. I promise you. I promise you.
And the people that are spinning it with the excuse of, but now we're gonna get the much anticipated Jimmy versus Jay at Mania, but why? What's the reason?
Yeah, but why? For whys?
Jimmy's the one that turned on Roman before Jay did.
Mm-hmm. So again, why are we spinning this whole thing to now? This is the match we want. Who really wants that? Tell me the truth. Tell me the fucking truth.
I would have been happy for them to just remain like an unbroken tag team. They're already the longest running tag team in history.
Yep.
But of course, WWE have to break up every single tag team they get their hands on.
I mean, they're getting ready to break up.
Brothers.
They're awesome. Okay, and they were solving crime, and you cannot break up crime fighters. There's like an unwritten rule somewhere. Can't.
Somebody described it perfectly as the Fast and Furious of WWE, and I get it, because it's just unnecessary swerves and ridiculous holy shit moments just for the sake of it now.
What a fuck. That's choice right there. What an analogy. The Fast and Furious. That's perfection. Perfection.
We went from family drama to whatever the fuck is going on now.
You ate the last Twinkie in the fridge. Oh, shit. That brothers will fight over that shit. You drink my soda? Oh, we're fighting.
Michael Cole's reaction was literally my reaction at the exact same moment when Jimmy took his hood off and Michael Cole went, "What?" No, but he said, "Are you kidding me?" That was literally my reaction.
Good job. Good job, Michael Cole. Pat McAfee's done you good.
Yeah, yes. And Michael Cole's now going to be on both weekly shows. And for some reason, it's crazy that nobody's angry about it.
I saw a couple of like rando comments like, "Why am I hearing Michael Cole on Raw?" And then that was it. I didn't hear any negative, but I was just like, okay.
Yeah, he's on both shows now. And 5 years ago, we would have been pissed if Michael Cole twice a week.
Hell, a year ago we would have been pissed.
Before Pat McAfee came along.
Facts.
And also before Vince semi-retired. As far as SummerSlam goes, I honestly think Logan Paul and Ricochet was match of the night.
I'm not going to say that I hate to admit it because I don't hate to admit it because fuck you, Logan Paul. Like,
he's
dude,
annoyingly good at wrestling.
No, I use that same analogy, but I use great because I don't see him as good. He's better than good. He's like I have to give it up, and I hate that I have to. He's better than good. He put in the fucking work, and he has just this natural fucking athletic ability that has flourished, absolutely flourished in this industry. He is just he's used that fucking all of his talking and YouTube from his YouTube days in the ring, and it works beautifully. He works a crowd awesomely for a guy who's barely been in the business. His selling is not the worst I've ever seen. It's very good for a guy who's not a full-time worker. I don't see many flaws in his game. See many flaws in his game. And shockingly, him and Ricochet had a really good one. It was really good. It was probably one of the better Ricochet matches I've seen in a while because they don't like Ricochet for some reason. Finger in the butt, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, like some sequences may be a little slow sometimes, but I don't know if that's whoever he's working with trying to protect him more or
probably
if he is just like adjusting. But who would have thought Logan Paul would have taken better to wrestling than Ronda Rousey?
Hey.
And I hate to say it because I've been one of the few that have still supported her towards the end, but that match was dog shit.
Hot ass dog shit.
Whoever booked it as MMA rules, please don't ever book another match because okay, it's MMA rules, but you can leave the ring. That's fine.
But you can't. Hold on. Stop. No, you can't. In no mixed martial art of any fucking kind, whether you were doing like Pride FC that had a fucking boxing ring that you fought in. They fought in boxing rings. If you got out of the ropes, they would reset you.
Yeah.
You can't walk around the motherfucker. Like, no, that immediately took, well, first it's the over the top makeup that immediately takes me off for fucking the second I see Ronda, I'm just like, dude, can you not? But that's your thing.
So basically their explanation of MMA rules was you can only win by pass out, tap out, or knockout.
Isn't there like a fucking match like that?
I
swear to God, there's a match like that already.
Didn't grudge matches used to be like that, like with Brett back in the 90s?
Yeah, I want to say, yeah. It was, well, I think something like that. That or he used to just run a lot of submission matches.
Yeah. They just called it a grudge match, and he always won by submission.
Yep.
But yeah, I really could have done without this match. Literally, you could have put Becky and Trish in that spot.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I get it. It's Ronda's last match, which she confirmed. I don't know if it was after SummerSlam or the night after, but she said she's got no reason to stay because Shayna was the one that brought her into WWE. So Ronda's gone, maybe permanently, maybe for the foreseeable future, but I guess the dirt sheets were right about this one. She had a hard out clause, which WWE could not argue with.
No, apparently not.
Fair enough. Bye-bye.
See you later.
I think it was Michael Hayes that produced that match too. No, wait, he produced Brock and Cody, which also pissed me off a little bit because they, like, this.
Do it. Say it.
The third of the match was good when Cody made his comeback, but for like the first 2/3 of the match were just suplex city, and it just zapped all my excitement for this match. I did not give a shit.
I felt like it wanted to give you like the Cena thing where it was like, oh shit, Cody's gonna get dominated, but then it was just like,
but
it dragged.
It was more shocking with Cena because Cena was unstoppable. Like nobody ever manhandled John Cena like that. But
there's many people manhandled Cody.
Yeah, I mean Cody's not Super Cena. I mean, you would have thought so at Hell in a Cell last year, but still.
Yeah, that was a different circumstance. But no, it was.
The end of the match saved it a little bit.
Yeah.
And after the match saved it too, because like Michael Cole said on Raw, I'd never ever seen Brock Lesnar shake somebody's hand after a match, let alone hug him.
I'm really trying to think, and I got nothing.
But Brock don't do respect. Brock's a beast.
No. I was just gonna say Brock don't do respect. I like that.
So Brock's gone away for a little bit now too, but I think he's coming back for Payback. So he's not going to be gone too long. Which is the next PLE. But I don't think there's much else to talk about from SummerSlam. Io's cash-in obviously was a great moment.
Hell yeah. Good for
her. So I had 90 seconds that Bianca was champion. I had those 90 seconds to be like, why the fuck is she got the title again?
Mm-hmm.
So wait a minute. Oh, shit, here comes Io. Thank God.
It's like, okay, finally. Okay, you guys making a bad booking decision to make a good booking decision, so they equal out. Good job.
I mean, I preferred the fact that Io cashed in on Bianca than Asuka. So
facts.
At the end, it all made sense.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, I was in the exact same boat. I'm just like, but you could have. You know what? Shut up. This is better.
A what the fuck moment. Obviously, Bianca was working an injury to make this dramatic comeback and everything, and obviously have an excuse to lose so quickly to Io. So she gets knocked off the apron, I think it was, and then she twisted her knee or something, allegedly. And she screamed bloody murder for it too. But then, as they helped her away from the ring, Charlotte gets Asuka in a figure eight. And instead of Bianca just sliding in to break up the pin, because obviously she's injured, she fucking climbs to the top rope slowly.
Super
slow. The fucking 450. You've just fucked up your knee. Why are you doing this fancy move to break up a pin when you can just slide in? All you got to do is touch him. Made no sense.
Entertainment, Daz. Entertainment.
And I did actually
tearing
think
your fucking knee because entertainment.
Yeah, and I was worried there for a second when Asuka got knocked out of the ring and Charlotte came back with another figure eight on Bianca's injured knee. Thankfully, Asuka comes out of nowhere with a green mist.
Thank God for the mist.
But good things for Io, and it was very nice to see Dakota Kai come back too to celebrate. I'm not sure when she's going to be cleared, but also nice to see Bayley happy for her, because we called it a while ago that they were going to turn on each other, but it looks like we still got a nice unity between Damage Control.
I'm going to say, Damage Control is still a unit, shockingly. So I was like, oh, cool. No, I kind of popped at that too. I was like,
and what can we say about Gunter and Drew? Just big sweaty men slapping each other around.
It was fun. They beat the shit out of each other. I mean, of course Drew lost. What the fuck did you expect?
Yeah, I mean, we weren't sure when we predicted it, but it made more sense. They're going to get Gunter to that new record, and obviously that's fine.
Super smart.
So the aftermath of SummerSlam on Raw, Cody Rhodes kicked it off Monday night to address his surprise at the respect shown by Brock Lesnar. We were all surprised, Cody. But was interrupted by Seth Rollins. Seth issued a challenge to Cody, which the Judgment Day took exception to. As Priest, Rhea, and Dom got in their face, Finn Balor launched a sneak attack. Sami Zayn provided backup as the ring was cleared of the faction, and Cody then laid out a challenge for a 6-man tag. We didn't talk about the world title match. Great match. And you had the what's opposite of not collusion, the confusion and everything with Judgment Day. Finn blaming Priest, even though it was clearly not Priest's fault that he lost, but just the fact that he was there, I think.
Yeah, he's already pointing blame, and we're only this. They're already leading towards the breakup, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, Priest was clearly trying to help Finn when he just slid in the briefcase, even though he was clearly pissed off about Finn yelling at him. And then Finn just gets curb stomped into the briefcase, which nice touch.
Beautiful.
And we got Rhea on the show, even though she didn't defend her title. But anyway, Chad Gable then defeated Ciampa, Matt Riddle, and Ricochet to earn a shot at Gunther's IC title. I mean, we know how it's going to end, but it's nice to see Gable get a big win.
Exactly. Hopefully he can go in there and put on a show with Gunther and get a little more of a rub.
Yeah. Shinsuke Nakamura then defeated Bronson Reed. Cut and dry, but not the last we saw of Nakamura for the night. Becky Lynch came out to talk about a match with Trish next week, but was interrupted by Zoe Stark, not Ricky Stark.
Damn, Ricky looks different all of a sudden.
It'll be fucking Tony Stark next.
Right.
Becky questions why Zoe is following Trish around instead of pursuing her own career, but both are interrupted by Shayna Baszler. Becky points out she's looking rough. Shayna says you should see Ronda, but you can't because I drove her out of WWE. Nice.
Great line.
Following Becky's suggestion, Baszler then defeats Zoe Stark. Another cut and dry match. Ludwig Kaiser defeated Otis. Backstage, Sami Zayn is attacked by JD McDonough, who later isn't cleared to compete. He's got some kind of elbow, like a golf ball on his fucking elbow, basically.
It's the same thing Cena had.
That's it, yeah. But the thing that annoyed me was obviously they used that as part of the injury angle. But we clearly saw Sami in the ring at the start of the show, and you could see the golf ball on his elbow then, so...
I think it's either a bicep or a tricep injury.
Yeah.
But still, that's fucking gnar.
I don't think Cena was out for long.
No, he wrestled with it. He used to put a sleeve
on. So, yeah, I don't know why Sami couldn't have wrestled with some kind of protection, but there we go. They took him out of the match. And obviously it led to bigger things
later on.
You
can't have Super Sami. No, you can't have
Super Sami sounds great.
Actually, it really does. Sign me up.
The returning New Day defeated the Viking Raiders. That's Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, of course. News dropped, I think, before Raw that Big E has been told he shouldn't ever wrestle again by doctors.
He's been advised, yes. It's unfortunate.
Which sucks, but I think some of us kind of saw it coming. He's been out for, God, it's got to be 2 years now.
I was going to say just about, right? Just about 2 years.
And a broken neck is not something very many people come back from, especially pro wrestlers.
Especially when you're the size of fucking Big E, man.
Yeah. And, you know, I think we've talked about Ridge Holland. Everybody's talked about Ridge Holland.
Mm-hmm.
Shit happens.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of us gave him probably a little bit more shit than we should have when it first happened. But in all reality, like, look at the outcome now. You know what I mean? It does it suck, but does the guy need to be fired? No. You know, he's hurt other people too as of late. Yeah. He's had a couple of other injury issues because of his work style, but nothing so severe. But again, remember that this guy was relatively fresh. I think he came from the UK's NXT UK into the States. That's when he started working more so. So it's just shit happens. As Dad, you put it perfectly, bruv. It's shit happens, and unfortunately, this is what it is. But it's fun, and that's fine. I would make Big E a fucking coach, man. If there's anybody I want coaching anybody, it's fucking Big E. Whether it be a strength and conditioning coach or whether it be just like dude, imagine this guy being a fucking promo coach. You know what I mean? Hyping you up, trying to get like, oh, come on, dude. he'd be the ultimate hyping guy. I fucking love it.
If not that, he can easily be an ambassador like Titus O'Neil.
Fucking facts, bruv. Poor Biggie.
And in the main event, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, and Sami Zayn's replacement Shinsuke Nakamura defeated the Judgment Day. But after the match, Cody and Rollins argue before Nakamura blindsides the world champion with a Kinshasa and just, in true Nakamura style, coolly walks away.
That's right. Heel Nakamura. Here we go. Exciting.
And no low blows.
Please no. And if you do, it's got to be like Luke Kane style. You know what I'm saying?
So that's all of WWE this week. Let's talk last night on Dynamite.
So Dynamite opens up with the JAS mandatory meeting. Everybody in here. Danny Garcia is the first to say his piece, and then walks out on Jericho, followed by Jake Hager stating that they all could be doing something else. And I'm like, bullshit. You were doing something else, and you were still irrelevant. That's just him. Jericho appeals to Tay Mello and Anna Jay, saying that they wouldn't be where they are. Anna Jay's getting a title shot because of this, and Tay wouldn't be as popular without him, which he's probably not lying, by the way, on that one. But they both walked out on him. Angelo Parker and Matt Menard also walked out on him. Daddy Magic. JAS was also left him standing. Sammy Guevara was the last one there. He said, I'm not going to walk out on you like the rest of them, and then walks out on him like the rest of them. But he's also telling him, hey, I may be here when when you get better, when things are different. Jericho runs into Don Callis, telling him that he will make his announcements on his decision next week. In a way, I feel like he's going to tell Don Callis to fuck off. But also, in a way, I feel like he's not. So, good job, Jericho.
Too obvious that he's just going to join Don.
Yeah, which I kind of hope he tells him to fuck off. Just to join him later on.
Nice pop for that, too.
Hell yeah, he will. So the Young Bucks defeat the Hardys and then call out FTR. They waste not a literal second as they come out and accept the challenge for a match at All In Wembley. For those who haven't seen the Hardys and the Young Bucks, this is not the one to watch. Go watch like a Ring of Honor one or something, because this was just a match.
Bodied them.
You're telling me, bud. You're telling me the fucking people didn't give a shit for the first 3 minutes, and then it turned into a Young Bucks match, and that was it. Good stuff. Following the announcement after their match last week, we were treated to some footage of some more bonding between Adam Cole and MJF at a trampoline park, where MJF goes full Anakin Skywalker on some young kids with dodgeball, and that's the fucking perfect analogy. They're excited as all shit. Hey, man, he's all, we're coming. He's all, I brought you to a trampoline park. What the? And I just love that cut. It's just the fucking best. And they're in there, and he's just like, oh, they got dodgeball? Okay, cool. And just starts fucking beaning every goddamn kid there is. Then after they're all laid out, Adam's like, what are you doing? You can't do that. Some little girl's like, are you two grown men in a trampoline park? You're nerds.
And flips him the bird.
Oh, yeah, the flipping it. But Adam's face, he just like somebody literally peed in his cereal, just gets just like, do it. He just just fucking evil. It's just the best. I love Adam's just full-blown facial reactions right now. Everything about it is awesome. Keep having him beating kids. It's great. Backstage, the BCC addressed Pac's injury, and they will face Death Triangle Alliance allies, if you will, with the Lucha Brothers later on. MJF's greatest hit, RVD's greatest hits weren't enough for Jack Perry, as he was still able to retain the FTW title. For a guy who can't walk, he sure can wrestle. I'll tell you that about RVD. Adam Cole and MJF took to the ring, where Cole suggested that they go after the Ring of Honor tag team titles, because that's the only set of Ring of Honor titles that he hasn't won. At the All-In 0 Hour, Roderick Strong comes in, voices his disapproval, which is a big mistake. MJF has a live microphone, which, speaking of this live microphone, originally MJF is like, oh, I get it, you want to have a promo battle. And so in the newest promo form ever, which I really feel like we got to like adapt this, just like a back and forth live on the air or something. He says that Adam Cole, you're so skinny and white and paley, or you're so skinny and ghostly paley that if this was the 80s, Hulk Hogan would have stored you. And the fucking crowd pops. I've never heard anybody pop so loud for a fucking Hulk Hogan, just for hearing the Hulk Hogan term. The word, for fuck's sake. It was glorious. Oh, God, it was glorious. The Kingdom sucked, but they come out to comfort Roderick Strong. And Adam Cole gets pissed off, says, hey, dude, I'm your friend, but I'm his friend too. We are already getting the animosity between one another. They hug it out, and we're 2-3 weeks away. We're about 3 weeks away from Wembley, so how much longer till it boils all the way over?
Yeah, Roddy did really, like, high school girl it up.
Oh, big time. He was the jealous friend if I've ever seen one. Hoy.
You gonna let him talk to me like that? I actually thought he was gonna cry at some point.
I mean, it definitely looked like he was watering up. He is officially the ex-girlfriend that you left in your freshman year that has yet to get over it. Ah, poor Roddy. So, as Penta was distracted by Alex and Wheeler brawling on the outside, Mox and Claudio defeated the Lucha Brothers, and they attacked them after the match, with Claudio removing Penta's mask and wearing it, which shockingly looked awesome on him, and he should wear a mask. So, I think he has at one point. Anyway, backstage, Kenny Omega, who just is literally having a conversation directly eyes to eyes with fucking Alex Marvez. He announces that he's going to talk about his future next week with JR. So God only knows what that can entail. He's also going to talk about his match at Wembley. I can only imagine. As the Mogul Embassy are barged out their assault on Nick Wayne last week and Darby Allin, Sting comes to make his revenge, and they challenge him to a tag match at All In. It's going to be Shane Strickland and AR Fox against Darby Allin and Sting. And then in the main event, with a super strange ending that saw Angela Parker seeming to try to break up the pin, Hikaru Shida defended her women's championship against Anna Jay in, unfortunately, one of Anna Jay's tad sloppier matches. But good for her getting the main event.
But yeah, that finish was weird.
That match was weird. I'm sorry. I like Anna Jay. I do. She's not a main event wrestler. This was not a main event match.
No,
you could have put the Bucks and Hardy on last.
We knew Shida was going to win. She ain't dropping that title anytime soon.
Well, not only that, but this is a fucking qualifier match for a 4-way for the title. So it's like,
yeah. So
why does Tony Storm get a fucking bye and not the champion? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any. It was super weird.
I mean, we say she's not going to drop it anytime soon. She's not going to drop it before Wembley.
Facts.
And I highly expect Saraya to beat Sky Blue and get into that 4-way because obviously it's in England.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine an 80-something thousand people pop for Saraya winning a belt?
Oh, that would be glorious, actually.
I'm thinking, even if it's a transitional thing, because you lose it next week, fuck it.
She can lose it to Britt.
Exactly. The following week. I'm in the moment of think about popping a Wembley crowd.
I'm sure Tony's thinking of that too.
80-something people. You know what I mean? It doesn't have it. It's a 4-way. It could be fucking chicanery. Who cares? It's the pop that matters.
Yeah. It's nice for the women to get the main event for a second straight week, but yeah, the match didn't really live up to it. They could have just gone with the Adam Cole MJF segment to close the show. Actually, and then we still would have had the women in technically the main event match.
Yeah, that would have worked out nice, actually.
But yeah, especially for that confusing finish. Like we said, Angela Parker slid in, and it was as if he tried to like either drag Anna towards the ropes or break it up somehow, and they counted the 3 anyway, and that was just the end of the match. So I didn't really get it.
Awkward shit. But it is what it is, and that is all we got for Dynamite.
Oh boy. And before we go to a break, it is time for stupid shit people say online. This is shit Mark say.
This is like my favorite, half-favorite segment.
You know you're damn wrong, and shut your damn mouth. Sit down, Marks.
Names have been changed to protect their stupidity. Did we have nerds from TikTok last week, or was it from a different platform?
It was Facebook mostly.
They moved to Facebook, yeah.
They've moved to Facebook. I've got nothing this week, shockingly. I most of them were in the, I don't want to say in my realm of thinking, but the people that were roasting shit were roasting the same shit I was roasting. Nobody, the SummerSlam was SummerSlam. There's still many people fucking confused, and I thought I was going to be the only one, and thank God I'm not. So props to the IWC this week. You're not complete buffoons. I do have an obvious geek of the week though, but we'll get to him in a minute. But no, TikTok's good. Facebook, not too bad. So good job for you guys. I can't wait for these fucking Twitter dorks though.
Well,
what
actually,
is it? X? Is it X?
Yeah, it's X, and neither of them came from X this week. They came from Facebook.
Oh God. Cesspool.
So first up, John the Bull Steinberg.
Uh-oh.
Which would be a great name, but yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
So in the press conference after SummerSlam, I think they asked Triple H about Becky and Trish, and he said nothing was cut from SummerSlam because no card was announced or whatever. So, I mean, I comment, this is on Fightful, by the way, so that gives you a good idea of how this is going to go. I said, bullshit, Becky and Trish has been building for months. You telling me the end game was always Raw? Not SummerSlam, but okay. John pipes in, show me the card announced that had Becky and Trish on it. I said, did I say it was announced? He says, you're saying it is bullshit when he says nothing was cut and nothing was ever announced. Then you're saying he is lying, hence the word bullshit. I said, the match was clearly being built for a PLE. If you believe it was never intended for SummerSlam, more fool you. And I also followed up with Becky herself made it clear on Twitter that she was frustrated about not being on SummerSlam, and she even followed it through on Raw by bringing out Lemonade.
Yep.
John then said back, and now what did he say? Not being on don't mean it was scrapped. It means not scheduled. But that doesn't mean they weren't planning to schedule it.
Mm-hmm. Why are people so fucking stupid?
What? These people just defend WWE no matter what.
Well, the thing that kills me is like 1 minute they can see through the bullshit, and then the next minute they're like, "Oh, well, what are you talking about? This isn't bullshit."
Papa H wouldn't lie to us.
He wouldn't do this.
He's the head of a creative. Like it's his job to be like the face of creative. Obviously, he's not going to tell you the whole truth if it hurts how WWE looks.
Not only that, remember kayfabe, damn it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So you can get in the bin. Next up, we have Eric Dick.
I read the name, and I was just I'm going to say it for my other fellow Tottenham fans out there. I thought it was Eric Dyer. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing on this show, you fuck?" So it pissed me off.
I just need to find the rest of the comments. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh boy, this one went on, and also the group that the comments were on got involved too. Thankfully, on my side. So this was about Wembley. They're around 78,000 now, so they've got like.
And now hold on to clarify, that's 78,000 sold.
Yeah.
Like, as in paid for, not like pre-ordered, not waiting to be bought, sold. Motherfuckers are being them seats.
So specifically, the current setup allows 84,048 seats. They've distributed 78,189. Resale 1,520, which actually is very low.
Mm-hmm. Super low.
So there's like 5,000 tickets available.
That's it.
So I left the usual comment, E. Jones will still find a way to move the goalpost because we're not allowed to celebrate this historic moment because it's not WWE. Eric replies, WWE is the goalpost. So I said, well, there it is. You proved my point right away.
Exactly, dude. What the fuck?
And he says, I'm just saying, isn't AEW's goal to beat WWE? Now, both myself and the group came in with pretty much the same comments almost right away. They said, no, dude, their goal is to provide a successful alternative, which they've done. Only dumb marks who have no stake in the company bring dumb shit like that up. And a similar comment from me, not a single employee has ever said that the goal is to beat WWE.
No.
Maybe Tony has, but that's Tony.
I'm about to say, Tony says some shit.
Their goal is to be a successful wrestling product. And here they are with a gate of almost $10 million. Eric says, I'm happy they're doing well in the UK. Oh, this was a great comment. But here in the States, Collision lost 40% of AEW's viewers to SummerSlam and a YouTube boxer. Well, obviously, a Saturday night, 1-month-old show is going to lose to a 30-year-old second biggest event of the year.
Here's my other thing. How many fucking viewers did SummerSlam lose to Logan Paul's fight? Because that's the thing that these E-drones don't talk about. Oh, well, you guys lost a bunch of this. But again, the thing that they emphasized was SummerSlam and not Logan Paul's fight. And guess what? Sorry, what the fuck? Jake Paul's fight. Paul. The other fucker. And guess what? That garnered a whole lot of attention because the MMA fans wanted it too because they like Nick Diaz.
And surprisingly, boxing still does very well.
Yeah, it's not a dead sport. Sorry.
So which Eric then replies, goalposts? Funny. I said, no goalposts at all. Nobody in their right mind ever expected Collision to outdo SummerSlam.
Nope.
He got into it with the group over a couple of comments. And I think they finished the conversation with... Oh, he brought up the fact that all AEW fans hate WWE and want it to die. And WWE fans just want to celebrate how successful WWE is. The group says, and you seriously don't think WWE fans hate AEW more than they like WWE? Nothing positive about AEW can get posted without a WWE fan bringing up ratings or Roman or how much more money WWE makes. Full stop.
Boo bam shabalam lam.
This could have been worse because apparently this guy likes both products, but he's showing that he leans more towards WWE,
which is fine. But like, don't be that. And then apparently this group guy or whoever was running the group comments was this guy was nailing on the head, bud. So
P Jizzy, that's his name.
There you go. I like it.
But everybody else, they are marks, and that's the shit they say.
Yeah, suck.
Big up P Jizzy.
Demoness. Hello, friend. I thought we had an understanding. But clearly, whatever bond we have, or had, has been broken. Now we don't know what you've done with the Phoenix or what you plan on doing with him. But if you want to talk, I will gladly oblige. It has been too long since our paths crossed. Therefore, you don't have to bring Phoenix with you. But I expect to find you at All for One.
Welcome back to the Cap and Mo Show. Once again, drop us a like, a sub, a follow, do it all, and go to maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com to learn more.
Right, still to come. Shit Mark Save, even though we got past that. Geek Ambassador, Shit Mark Save past it. Geek Ambassador of the Week, and an all new This Week in Wrestling History.
Yeah. But first, let's take a look at this past week in wrestling history.
right, let's kick it off with August 4th, 2008. Let's see if anyone actually remembers this one. In the main event of Monday Night Raw, Batista and John Cena won the Tag Team Championships when they defeated the Legacy's Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr. They only held the titles for 1 week, as Legacy won them in their rematch following Cena and Batista just not getting along. August 7th, 2001, Undertaker and Kane score one for Team WWF during the Invasion as they defeated Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Hare to win the WCW Tag Team Championships on SmackDown. Also August 7th, just 1 year later in 2002, Ron the Truth Killings defeated Ken Shamrock on TNA's 8th pay-per-view to not only become TNA's second NWA World Champion, but the first Black NWA World Champion in history. The match went on second, and as the show was main evented by Low Key defeating AJ Styles and Jerry Lynn for the X Division Championship. August the 8th, 1998, at WCW's Road Wild. This is not kayfabe news. Diamond Dallas Page, DDP, and his tag team partner, late night specialist Jay Leno, defeated the NWO's Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff in Road Wild's main event. And we got a bunch coming from August the 9th, so we will be jumping through the years. Lots of title changes. We start in 1980. Bob Backlund and Pedro Morales defeated the Wild Samoans for the WWF Tag Team Championships. In 1986, Ric Flair won his 8th NWA World title, only recognized as his 4th, by defeating Dusty Rhodes at a St. Louis house show. In 1997, Hulk Hogan defeated Lex Luger for his 3rd WCW World Championship at Road Wild, which he held until the infamous Starrcade match with Sting. On that same night, an iconic barbed wire match had taken place. Sabu defeated Terry Funk at Born to be Wired to win the ECW World title for the 2nd time. During the match, Sabu famously tore open his bicep on barbed wire and taped it himself just to continue the match. The bicep tape became a signature look for Sabu, and Paul Heyman never booked another barbed wire match because, quote, no one could top that one, or perhaps because it was dangerous as shit. In 1999, X-Pac and Kane won the WWE Tag Team Championships for the 2nd time, 4th time overall for both of them, when they defeated the Acolytes on Raw. And lastly, in 2011, Cody Rhodes won the Intercontinental Championship for the first time when he defeated Ezekiel Jackson on SmackDown. He held the title for 236 days. During this reign, Cody would then reintroduce the classic mid-90s design with the white strap and the squared logo. This has been your week in wrestling history. Now it's time to kick it back to the Captain Mo.
And that is all your history this week.
So, all right, in 2 weeks is All for One, a brand new special event created for the historic All In Wembley from AEW. You can find the predictions for that very show on this event, but that is not all, because there is Max Wrestling matches also. After surviving the King at PromoSlam, the captain has issued a challenge and it was accepted. He will defend the television title against the very man he defeated for that at Promo Mania, DC Daniel Crimmins.
Yeah, bring it on. And as you heard during the break, I'm sorry, Demoness, but I have to unleash him. It's the Shape and the Demoness. They both return at All for One and go head-to-head for, I love this, the fate of the Phoenix.
Where is Phoenix is the question at hand. There will also be a major announcement next week concerning the Max Wrestling Tag Team Championships. Plus, we skipped them at Promo Mania, but we'll announce the group MVP and EVP. Go to maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com/all for one.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be Travis and DC anyway.
They do put in all the work.
I think that's why we skipped it at PromoSlam, because it was only a few weeks. But hopefully everybody's going to have time to post. So everybody listening, if you're in the Max Wrestling Facebook group, post, and comment in the next couple of weeks.
Don't act like you don't send your significant others all these TikToks. Go ahead, post them in the chat. Or post them on
Beer. Post them in the group instead of all these links in the fucking message thread.
Yeah, bro.
You could be the MVP by now, Beer.
You could.
All right, let's find out this week's Geek of the Week.
Ah, shit.
Pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking peahead with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Pencil neck geek.
All right, Geek of the Week this week is a simple answer. It has to be. It always should be, and it always leans his direction. It's Jim goddamn Cornette. Why can't he just like things in life? I don't understand. So I was trying to find some fun stuff to talk about. Wanted to see who was talking shit over the week or whatever. And most people were pretty much in the same mindset as I when it came down to SummerSlam. But then there's always Jim Cornette to poke and prod somebody or poke at some bullshit thing that we don't need to talk about. And there he goes, talking crap on Seth Rollins' gimmick. Which, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, this gimmick has literally carried him for like the last year and a half. This over-the-top, flamboyant, hey, I probably wear fucking hundreds of layers of clothes more than I should, and my boots are gigantic, and he's an over-the-top guy. He's literally over the top. Like, I don't know how any other way to put it. I mean, for crying out loud, bro, you walked around with a fucking tennis racket in your hand. You know what I mean? And you would scream at the top of your lungs every time you cut a promo. But because he dresses like a crazy madman, and he laughs like a crazy madman, that it's over the top. It's too much. You want him to go back to being the architect or the this and the that, and it's like, why? He's doing good. People love Seth Rollins right now.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be a heel. And they love this fucking guy. So
I think he's officially turned face now.
Okay, well, whatever. I just don't get it. I don't understand the hate for no fucking reason.
Corny comes from the generation of actual proper gimmicks, like fucking tugboat and
Thank
the
you.
dumpster.
Perfect analogy.
But he's got a problem with Seth Rollins being flamboyant. Hello, Macho Man, Shawn Michaels,
Goldust.
Oh, jeez, it's as flamboyant as you can get.
Come on. And then what's wrong with fucking charisma? Didn't you fucking manage Owen Hart forever? You telling me that motherfucker wasn't a gigantic bag of charisma that drove you nuts? Come on, corny.
Oh, Jim Cornette, I got a feeling you're going to be the Geek of the Year when we get to the Maxis, but we'll find out later on. And it's time for the MVP of the week. I think I got to give it to MJF. Who again obviously didn't wrestle this week because he doesn't wrestle every week, but his segments were gold. I loved the dodgeball segment. And when he fought Adam Cole, wanted to do a promo battle, and that switch just flipped in MJF, and he went straight for the jugular. That's great MJF. That's MJF taking shots without even his whole heart into it. That was just him going, "Oh, you want a promo battle? Okay."
And he just fucking snapped into it, just jumped in it. Oh God, I'm telling you, that's something we got to try doing. But no, that was MJF.
It was like Spanish buzz mode. It was like quick reset.
Yep, and it was great to the point where Adam's like, "Dude, stop!" But no, don't keep going. Good stuff.
So for that, and also just his acting is top notch. I literally can't tell who's going to turn on who. Last week I would have sworn it was going to be Adam Cole that turns on MJF at All In. This week I could swear it's going to be MJF that turns on Adam Cole because he's playing him and Strong like a fiddle. But I just can't tell. And that's all down to MJF's acting ability.
And it's top fucking notch. Put this guy in movies today. Today, bud.
All right. Thank you for joining us. I hope we rocked you harder than a steel chair on a riverboat in Alabama.
Jesus Christ. The fucking chair is a meme, baby.
Literally, the ECW chair incident. That's been social
hilarious.
media the last couple of days. Before we go anywhere, here's what Moses has for you, Pencil Neck Geeks, this week on the A to B, your Retro Rewind.
That's right. So we talked about it last week, and Retro is looks like it's going to either go on hiatus or possibly go away right now in replacement of KTN Sports, where I will be jumping in and trying to cover as much of sports that there is in the world. And trust me, there's a whole fucking bunch. As of right now, my format is going to be kind of a weird one. I'm going to talk big breaking news. We're going to talk big hot topic news, but then we're going to have a handful of different segments. One being a Tottenham segment where we're going to focus on the Premier League and on Tottenham, my fucking team, damn right. We'll probably obviously talk about some other ones, whoever's impressive. I am a big Holland fan, so probably some fucking Man City. I don't give a shit about Liverpool, so fuck them.
Yeah.
Other than that, I do know that's probably actually going to start this weekend. The start of the Premier League starts on Saturday, Saturday or Sunday, if I'm mistaken, the 13th. And Tottenham will take on Brentford to open up the season, and you will get either a live reaction or a match review from me, but that will kick off the KTN Sports gimmick right here on Max Wrestling's YouTube channel, and we'll jump off from there. And again, when the NFL season starts, we'll jump in with some NFL news, some Charger news. Probably not going to go baseball right now. I'm going to stick to American and English football, so we'll see how that goes. And the only way to make sure that you're following all that fun stuff is by following the socials here on all the platforms, Twitter, or I guess X, if you will, on the X machine. That sounds like a good one. Max Wrestling UK at the Captain 512 and at SMR.net. And of course, please check out the lovely website, maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com. And do not forget to hit the follow, the subscribe button on here on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and the whole big bang shebang. The TSK is coming back, by the way, all in, probably not predictions, but definitely a review. So keep out for that one as well.
All right. Yeah, beer. It's X. Sorry.
It's fine. We all have to figure it out. This fucking weird ass name change came overnight. Goddamn you, Elon Musk.
And with that said, join us next week for the go home to All for One, and we get one step closer to history at Wembley.
Let's go.
You've been watching The Cap and Mo. Goodbye and good night. Bye.
Where are you, Feeny?
Demoness, be careful what you wish for.